Test, test. All right, we're on the start of our America Tour adventure with the foil drive crew. Here we go. Just found out that we're actually not flying to Dallas. We're actually going LA, Chicago, and then Michigan to see our first Mac Kite crew, Tucker, and all the people there. So let's see how we go after 24 hours of flying and many layovers, and let's see how we look at the end of this.
We start on the bus. Always start on the bus.
Yeah, we just had a coffee and a smoothie, so we're feeling good. But let's see how we look after this. Okay, we're on our first day of our America tour. We're here in Michigan at Mac Kite, and we're about to do a live Q&A with the crew here about our foil drive product. We've had 25 hours of travel just to get here, and this is going to be our first little moment. You know, I'm like, we're going to snowboard trip, and my buddies would mess with me, and I'm my ankles or something like that.
Fast or that. And then if you add a paddle in and a wing, the likelihood of bumping the trigger, you know, while you're walking down to the water and trying to get in the water, you know, there is a risk there. So having the controller off is 100% the easiest, safest way to make sure that the motor's not going to do anything while the trigger's turned off. Keep in mind, propellers, like many other things in the world, like foils and foil tips, are sharp too. They are still a relatively, I'm not going to say dangerous, but they are just a sharp object. It's like a chainsaw without its guard on, or you got to be aware of it so you don't, don't punch it. Exactly. So still be very cautious of the motor at any time, like most things. But with the controller turned off, it's not going to bump the trigger and run. So that's the one thing. Specifically to his...
You coming with us? All right. This is where all the demo gear lives. That's one of the perks that we enjoy as a shop rider, is to have the access to the gear. Yeah. You know, how can we appropriately convey to somebody else about a particular piece of gear if we don't ourselves know firsthand what it's like. And so hey guys, welcome and thank you for joining us. My name is Aaron. I'm with Mac Kite, MacKiteboarding.com. We've been fortunate to be in the wind sports industry for, I think we got into kiting back in '99, and more recently into wing foiling, and now with foiling. There's so many fun things to be a part of, but yeah, again, since '99, that's been a few years. All of a sudden I'm trying to do the math. Yeah, we're located in West Michigan, and we've moved shops a couple of places, starting from our humble beginnings in the downtown store. It was a toy store in downtown Grand Haven. The next move was over to a small warehouse over here on the east side of town, and then now we're into quite a bigger warehouse now. And it's just, as each stage of our business evolves and the growth, we keep moving and adjusting. I bet you 95% of our business or more is online, and that's just how we've set up our business model. And we always enjoy a good walk-in, but it's like so much of what we do is online. So much of our business structure caters to the online experience. We're different, we're not a coastal shop that has access to an influx of tourism who's seeking wind sports. I do feel that it is extremely important to do unbiased reviews, and that's hard, especially when people understand that we're a retailer. We are in business to sell products, to sell gear, but we have to we have to balance that with an authentic and genuine video review of something, or a comparison of a couple of products or more than one. And that's a tough balance. And sometimes we say things in our video reviews that maybe our brands don't 100% appreciate, and they'll call us up on it, and say, hey, what was that all about? And we're like, well, look, this is our honest experience with this particular product, whether it was a kite or a wing, a board, a foil, you name it. It's that we just want to make sure that we are trustworthy. Our team here, all of the staff that we have, we're fortunate, and I don't know if it's just a Midwest thing that you've known for a work ethic and different things, but yeah, there's just a stoke level that everybody has here, that we're in their own ways, their own unique ways. We're lucky to have that, and I think that's a big part of what makes us, who we are as a team, for sure.
Love it. But he said, just before we get to the pier, there's a little lookout above town.
Okay, we are trying to get a foil session here at Lake Michigan. We kind of cooked it because yesterday there was a tiny little wave, but today it's virtually flat. But I think with the foil drive, what's cool is we can still get out in the water. I'm still going to burn around. I still want to tick off my list that I've been in Lake Michigan, so let's see how it goes. I've been given a 5.4 with 5mm booties, only 1mm gloves, but then how cool is this little beanie thing they gave me? Yeah. My plan is to not touch the water, really.
How's the new board going?
Board's going good. I really, really like it. This mid-length style that everyone's going to is, it's not just a fad, it's true. It just makes everything so much easier with foil drive. Added stability, easier to get up on foil, doesn't burn the battery as hard because it's not so hard for the foil drive to get out of the water because the board's more hydrodynamic. How do you put a foil drive together again? I got the 1130S from Codeout. I think this is not that I have much experience in the lakes here, but this is what I would presume you'd ride here. Being told that with it being a freshwater lake that, you always have to size up a foil.
Yeah.
And today, how there's no waves really, I just want a foil that I can just cruise around on, e-foil style. So.
Save the legs while you're pumping.
Yeah. I think there's a mini wave over there maybe, I don't know. We'll see. There might be some stuff refracting in the middle of the river there.
The code here works off square centimeters.
It does, yeah. So it's, yep. So it's the area that it's measuring, not the width. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if this remote's paired. Oh wait, no, you need a motor thing on it. Yeah. No luck? What do you usually catch here? Like,
Coho, steelhead, brown trout, walleye.
is walleye the one you want?
I caught a couple, but
When is the windy season, or is it always windy?
yeah. Just depends. Just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you from?
We're from Sydney, Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A little away from home.
Yeah, I guess so. How long are you here?
We leave tomorrow.
Really?
We've been here for a couple days already, and we're just doing a little tour. We're about to head down to Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might find more wave action down there. I don't go down by Florida much, but whatever.
They said last week or the week before there was a lot of waves here. Like, it was
Yeah.
quite big. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the right wind direction too. This northeast isn't really good for wave action.
Yeah.
You know, you need more southwest or northwest.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
So hey,
So cool.
good
checking it
talking
out.
to you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you.
Have a safe trip back.
Thank you very much. It was a really cool experience. Like, I think there's so many people outside of Australia that we have no idea that do this type of lake foiling. Yeah. And to experience kind of the conditions that they get, where it's pretty much dead flat today. I was still able to get like 45-minute session with the Max Sport battery. And like, it was tiny. It was honestly like minuscule, but I was still able to kind of bounce off all these wedges over there. And yeah, just feel kind of what other people feel. And I could probably guarantee that a lot of Australians haven't experienced that. The water was like probably 3 degrees. What was nice about the foil drive is that I was kind of only up to my waist, and then I hopped on the board and got going. So my top half actually didn't even get wet, which was pretty cool. But the one thing that I did learn, which was already been discussed, I think, previously, is that because the water isn't salty, there definitely isn't as much lift and as much buoyancy. I was on the 1130, and I even felt there was definitely a lot larger sink rate than I would normally get if I was just surfing at the beach. I wouldn't say I'd size up a foil, but it was definitely just noticeable. But yeah, it was fun. I would do that again. I kind of spewed when we missed yesterday's session because it was double this size. But
It would have been really fun looking at how much fun you had just then.
yeah. And I think what was really cool is we just had one of the locals come down, Cole, and he had a foil drive set up as well, and he's just like doing flat water stuff and pumping around, and it was nice to be out on the lake and just see a fellow local just frothing out. So I'm keen to come back. Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, bring it on.
How long does that battery last?
I got about 45 minutes out of it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
watching you go out a couple
It was so fun.
Looks fun.
Yeah. Oh, look at Cole go. But yeah, look at all these little wedges coming through. I couldn't believe how small it was and we could still have a session. Like, that's what was so cool about it. I think all these guys in the shop don't understand that you can still have sessions when it's this small. They're all like, oh yeah, have fun, it's pretty much flat. And I'm like, are you sure? I seen little waves out there. How'd you go on the drone? I seen you right next to me the whole time.
Buzz in your face.
And I was like so mindful because there was so many fishermen on the pier. And like, as I was coming close to them, I was like, oh fuck, I don't want to hit their line. So like, it went well wide of them.
With some really good clips, like super close up.
Yeah?
Like,
No.
cooey arms out.
Yeah.
turning. Sick.
No, that was a success. I'm stoked. So Cole's a local ripper here from Lake Michigan. What was it like just then? Is that good conditions?
I mean, that's the smallest conditions I've ever gone out in here on Lake Michigan. You know, we go out here on the boat sometimes when it's super calm like this and go pump around in wake foil, but the foil drive like actually made those conditions fun, which I never thought I'd have fun out there.
Yeah,
without
totally.
boat.
So what is like the main disciplines here? Like I think the people kite, they wing. What are they?
Yeah, so there's a lot of kiteboarders here. We got a lot of surfers. Right on the jetty there's a rebound wave, so a lot of guys surf there. They even bring shortboards out, but a lot of guys on logs. There's really not too many foilers here yet. Some guys kite foil, there's some wing foils, but I think I'm the only guy that prone foils around here. We're trying to get some other guys into it.
How did you get into it?
I got into it because I started working at Mac Kite, and we had all these foils available to ride, and I was in high school, and there's no reason for me not to go use them. So once I started doing it behind the boat, the natural progression was to go do it on the lake because I was already surfing. why would I do a 3-second ride when I could do a 3-minute ride or plus, on a foil?
Have you done much surfing outside of the lake?
Yeah, a little bit in North Carolina, a little bit in Hawaii, so not a whole lot, but I can tell you the lake is nothing compared to those spots. But with prone foiling, the lake actually does have a lot to offer because we don't have sets, because we constantly have this onslaught of waves coming in. You never have to wait for a set to roll through, so you can always pump and get one out the back.
Wow. Okay, so I was just on that rebound wave on the other side of the pier, and I was looking at it from my surf experience, waiting for a set.
Yeah.
But that's just not what you do. There's like the waves they're not bigger. They're just like constantly the same size. Is that what you're saying?
Usually yes. Now, on days like today, it's kind of funky. We have this offshore wind because our waves are produced by wind here. The offshore days, we get some really funky conditions. Sometimes if we have a really big day, we'll have sets that roll in on the back end of a big swell that comes through. But yeah, usually it's just the same kind of size sets.
Wow. Yeah, I noticed then with the such short period, like what would that be? Is that like 3 seconds or 4 second period waves?
1 to 5.
Really? Wow.
It's very, very tight here, yeah.
That was just like, it was interesting because I'm so used to peeling off the back of a wave, having time, resetting, and then kind of turning into the next wave. But then it was literally like, it was like I was downwinding. As soon as you peel off, the next one's there.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I had to tune into it, and it was different. And I also found that the foil I was using had a much higher sink rate than it does in the ocean.
Okay.
Did you notice that when you're foiling like kind of in other oceans, like that the salt water creates more of like a buoyancy?
It's been tough to kind of figure that out because usually when I go to the ocean, the waves are so much bigger and more powerful. These waves just don't have a lot of power. That's one thing I've noticed. So I don't know if it's the water, if it's just the waves coming in, because I think they move slower in the lake too, but I could be totally wrong there.
No, that was a really cool experience. Thanks for having us, bro.
Yeah.
Legend.
Super fun. Thanks for coming out all the way from Australia.
Have you had many other Australians or any at all?
Never. I think I had 2 friends that went to Australia for a study abroad. But that was it.
Oh, rad. I'm stoked. Thanks for having us. And that was, a rad session.
Sick.
Yeah, epic.